Hi. So I was looking at the recent studies and it shows that people spend over 30 years of their life sleeping. Now it would not make sense. Why would we spend 30 years of our life sleeping, wasting our time doing nothing, just resting? And that's what I want to make this video about. What if I told you that you can use those 30 years of your sleep time to become better, to know more, to find out more, to improve your skills? And that is entirely possible if you can control your dreams, if you can get out of body or do astral projection. And I'm just making this video because recently people have asked me to talk about how does astral projection and dreaming and having OBEs help in my day-to-day life. Now, one of the best things that I haven't mentioned in the previous video is that you can use your out-of-body abilities, astral projection, being able to have lucid dreams, all of that to get more information, to find out more about what's going on, to explore worlds, explore Earth, read more, like go into libraries and read tons of books and get better. And that's just one of the best things. If you can gain control of your dreams, if you can have lucid dreams, if you can get out of body, if you can have astral projection, and I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but all of that, it gives you tremendous opportunities to achieve whatever you want. Now for me, the way I use it and the way it has helped me in my life is exploring the multiverse, looking at what's out there, what kind of beings are out there, what kind of worlds, realms, what is it out there that I haven't seen here, I haven't experienced. And for me, my life here is pretty limited because I don't travel, I don't go out too much, I don't look at things too much, so I haven't been to New York or some other bigger places where world is just like, wow, there's technology, there's so much there that I haven't seen before. But if you know how to get out of body, if you can have astral projection, you can go anywhere. Not just this world. You can go to Moon, Mars, any planet, any realm that you want, meet all kinds of beings, all kinds of species that you haven't seen before, and spend your time there, studying, looking at what they do, the technology that they use, and you can take it all back, come back here, remembering what you've learned, and you can write it down, use it any way you want, create new kind of technology, becoming a better person, applying the tips that you've used and learned there. And it's pretty amazing with what you can get. Now, I've mentioned in my previous videos about Nikola Tesla, who was able to do the astral projection. He was able to get the technology out of other beings out there, out of other planes, come back here with a bag of information, write it all down, do the blueprints, and put it all together, and here it is. We have new kind of technology, we have x-rays, we have more, we have Wi-Fi, electricity, internet, all that stuff. Thank you to those who were able to get out and get something out that we cannot see here. And that's how most movies work, or books and writings. You look at the story and how did they come up with this? This is a masterpiece. How did they think of this technology? How did they think of this design? Well, you don't necessarily have to think of it or create it. You can get out of body, go to another plane and see oh, so that's what it looked like. And you come back with a bag of information. You come back with, oh, that was my dream, so I wrote it down and now it's a movie. Avatar. Blue beings, running around, doing things, playing around, all that thing. Fun. Cool. And you can have out-of-body experience, you can have a dream, you can go out, check out new information, new kind of thing, and here you are coming back with a bag of knowledge. Now, it's not just pretty drawings, pretty movies and all this stuff. You can actually become pretty smart. A lot of people who can go out of body, who can do astral projection, can go into realms where they can learn more about math, more about physics, more about languages. You can actually use your skills to help people. You get out of body, and you control all around the world, and go seeing those who are sick, who need help. And you can do your meditation, you can use your energy, you can use your healing abilities to help them. And they wake up the other day, and they're feeling much better, because you were there helping them, and now they're doing much better. So there are tons of ways you can use your abilities when you get out, when you do astral projection, when you have lucid dreams. And this is why it's important for us to not just be, ignorant, just unaware of that, because 30 years is a long period of time. To just sleep it off, to rest, and spend all the time doing nothing? Well, that just doesn't make sense. What if you could use those 30 years to do whatever you want? Live out your wildest dreams, experience something you haven't experienced here on Earth, learn new tricks, learn all kinds of information, bring it back here, and make it useful. It's all possible. If you know how to get out of body, any kind of reality that you can imagine is there. All kinds of new physics, all kinds of new technologies. If you want to be a new scientist, if you want to be a new entrepreneur, anything, if you want to create a new invention that no one has ever seen here before, you can do that. Now, why I haven't done it? My priorities are different, but for me, I'm exploring the multiverse. I'm going and seeing what kind of beings are out there. What can they do? How do they work? How can they affect us? How can we defend from them? And for me, like, I've actually learned a lot about how they work. For example, entities. What did they do to mess with people? How do they do that? The technology they use, and how we can defend ourselves and become better. Now, for me, it was a big win because I was able to apply my abilities since I was a kid, and like I learned a lot, and I was able to use my sleep time to actually live out and live more. And so for me, my body's sleeping, but my consciousness is awake. I am aware, I am in other realms, and I'm doing a lot. So can you. If you can get out of body, if you can have lucid dreams, you can easily shift. If you are aware in your dreams, you have all the rights to know way more than other people on Earth. So it's important for us. It's important for us to learn how to get out of body, how to memorize our dreams, not just memorize, but like have the better memory. When you come back, you probably have the abilities to get out of body. You probably get out a lot. But if you don't have the memory, it's just as good as not going out, you know? So a lot of people should, I don't know. I think a lot of people can use their time better. And instead of just sleeping and being unaware of everything, you can use the time for yourself, to learn more, to get better, and just achieve whatever you want, whatever you are interested in. Because if you just want to have fun, like you want to rest, this world sucks for you, maybe you're so tired that like, okay, I need to be done with this place, I just want to go out and do something fun. And something fun for you might be something like you have never got here. Maybe you never got that love. Maybe you never got to fool around like you wanted. Maybe you want more gambling, more fun. You know, shooting there is fun. Over here it's illegal. You cannot do that. Okay, it's okay in your dreams. You know, like you've probably been in some wars and stuff. You get in all kinds of weird situations, and you know, it's just like dreams can be pretty weird. So whatever you experience, you know, you can live out all kinds of dreams. But you can also use it for your benefits. Whatever you are interested in, you can literally go in realms where they have these massive libraries, and you can read all the books. Just spend your time and open the book and read it over. And over here, we might have a hard time reading, but there's such a thing as like photographic memory. So if you go out in those massive libraries and just like run through the book, and you see all the pages and the information is stocking in, if you have those abilities, if you know how to use photographic memory over here in this realm, then you can use it over there. And just imagine of the information and all the knowledge that you can use. And of course, for some it's like, well, yeah, but it's not gonna match. What if like they say the gravity doesn't exist and here it exists and all this stuff? Physics might be different, things might be different, but still, you can use the knowledge that you learn over there in different kind of realms. And for me, the most amazing thing, like I said, was about the entities. Learning how they mess with us and being able to use that information to protect myself, to protect others, to help out others, is a big win in my life. To just learn how they target people, how they mess with our mind, how they mess with us every single day, use people around us, just create all kinds of situations where we call Murphy's Law. But no, it doesn't necessarily have to be Murphy's Law. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad luck. You're just being targeted because you have abilities, because you are powerful, because you can do a whole lot in this life. And they don't like that. They don't like you getting better. They don't like you doing good because they cannot generate loot out of that. If you are not useful, then they're gonna just leave you out. And the thing is, you can do a lot. You can achieve a lot. You can get better. And for me, going out of body is one of the best things. You know, like living in this world with this body that, I mean, my body's great. I'm doing great. I like where I am. But when you go out of body, there are no limits. You can do everything and anything. You can fly, you can create technologies, you can create your own realm. You can create your own universe, all kinds of species, new kind of humans, anything. Just have fun. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to spend 30 years there. I have had OBEs where I literally would sleep here on Earth for 3 hours, and I would live out 3 years out there in another realm and come back. 3 hours in this world, 3 years in that world. And the information that I get, I come back and like, wow, it's actually useful. And you can learn all kinds of things. I've literally been in worlds where they're teaching about the human body, where they're teaching about tricks on having sex, for example. Like, hey, you can use that. The specific thing will make you feel really good or make your partner feel really good. You can be in a world where they teach you how to meditate and achieve specific things, how you can use meditation to have more abilities to heal your own body or help others. There's a lot that you can learn. And for me, this ability to get our body, to make it useful, is just amazing. And I think a lot of people can do that and achieve that and get better. So that's my message, I guess. You can use your 30 years of sleeping time on Earth to actually achieve anything. You can get new ideas, you can get new information and apply it in this world, and that's all possible. Now, okay, I gave you a great story about all the possibilities, but how do you do that, huh? A lot of people probably have a hard time achieving getting out of body or doing astral projection. And there's actually a lot of things that you can do, and a lot of things that you probably should not do because it limits people. Now, I guess like with things that I would not recommend you to do, that you should avoid, if you wanna get that awareness, if you wanna get better memory and get out more, things you should not do starts from a simple stuff, which is like, sounds simple, but it ain't that easy to do if you have addictions, if you have certain cravings, if you have a habit. So, something to kick out of your thing if you wanna go for out-of-body experiences, probably I would start with your diet and what you consume. And not just the food, it's how you live your life. The things you hear, the things you look at, your feeling state, whatever, the information that comes into your world, it's all a part of diet, you know? So kicking out the food, you know, whatever is junk, all the like negative stuff, unhealthy stuff, that has more chemicals in it that can affect your body in a bad way, just take it out of your diet. If possible. I'm not an expert, I cannot tell you how to live your life, but I'm just saying things that help me or people around me. This was pretty useful. If you can kick out your habit of drinking alcohol, at least for a short period of time, to see if it can help you get out of body. No smoking. Of course, for those who are using weed, weed has a DMT. So I cannot tell you how to do it because I haven't used it myself, but I've heard that DMT helps to get out of body. Of course, our body produces DMT by itself by breathing. Your lungs produce DMT. So be sure to deep breathe. Or breathe deep. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, the deep breathing. It helps a lot. If you can do it often, and just like Wim Hof, you probably heard about him. Just do his technique, apply it, and use it every day. 4 times a day, 5 times a day, as often as you can do, but you're going to produce the chemical that's going to help you get out of body, wake up, be more aware, and there you are. You can actually have the experience and use it for whatever you want, but getting information, becoming better, that's going to be pretty helpful. Another thing is drinking water. It's pretty simple. If you can quit on your coffee, your tea, your other beverages and just drink more water, it's going to be pretty good. But then again, I cannot tell you how to live your life. I can only give a tip of what helped me and people around me. Apart from that, your mind. A thing not to do is overthink. A lot of people cannot shut up their mind because like it's a constant thinking, constant worrying, constant something going on in your head and you just cannot get it out. You're always thinking about like, okay, what should I do? Where should I go? What should I dress up? What should I eat? Like people around you, like all these troubles, it just doesn't never ends. There's never going to be a time where there's complete quiet and you've done all your work on Earth and here you are finally a peaceful time when you can practice getting out. No, it's like you have to sacrifice some things. You have to put yourself in that frame where you have to work, you have to do more. And there are like tons of techniques, tons of things you can do to make it better to help you get out of body or have astral projection. Keeping a dream journal is a big thing because it helps you to improve your memory. Actually working on yourself, which was a huge win for me and those around me, working on yourself by simply trying to get the negative limiting beliefs out of your world, negative situations, toxic people, just away with that, done with that, just being away from toxic surroundings, being away from worrying, and all this stuff will help you to quiet your mind more and get you more aware. Because when we're thinking, we're always thinking about ourselves. It's never ending. We're never present. It's not about being here now. It's about here now. It's not about who you are. It's about what you perceive. And that's what it is in movies. If you're dreaming and you're constantly thinking, it's constantly something's going on. You're not present. You're not perceiving the world. Something's going on. You're working. You're doing. You're acting. You are playing a role in that realm. But how awake are you? If you can become awake Just awake and know that, oh, I'm dreaming. And you start becoming perceptive. You're not thinking, it's clear. It's quiet in your mind. And you can perceive everything around you. And that's when it starts working. So one of the best things I think can work for people is if you can quiet your mind. Work on that. Get rid of your problems. Easy for me to say, huh? I'm not an expert. But you can work on simple things. Just list out stuff that is not good for you. That's negative. Things that you worry about. Just list it out loud and think about what can you do to make it better. You don't necessarily have to fix it all. But just try not to trigger yourself. Try not to kill yourself in. You know, you might not like spiders. You might not like seeing certain people. So just try to stay away from that situation. Easy for me to say. There are not so many spiders around me, nor that negative people and all this stuff. But if you live in a world where you're constantly triggered, where there's always something negative going on, where there's always, you know, you probably hate poverty or like lower streets or like something that's negative. If you look at that and it makes you feel bad, it keeps you out of being clear. And the thing about OBEs is that when we're out, you have a clear mind. There is no case. There are no problems. Everything that happened in your life, all the problems, all the issues you've had, it's not there. It's clear as can be, and that's the best thing about it. Because this is the freedom that you get. It's not the freedom of being free as a being. It's about being free of your mind, being free of all the possible entities and thought forms. You're not triggered. You don't have anything going on. It's just like clear. And that's the thing. As beings, we don't necessarily have to act on our thoughts. Because you have the knowingness, the consciousness, no. The mind thinks, it never shuts up. So if you can shut up your mind and let the consciousness do it, it knows. It just perceives things and it knows. And that's what it is like to be in an OBE. You get out and nothing's going on. It's all quiet. It's all you. It's like having a near-death experience. You know, I've had it easy for me to talk, but when I got out, and I had a near-death experience when I was like literally just out there waiting. Like, okay, doctor's gonna get me in a few minutes, so I have time. But what happened to me? So it was just like completely quiet, nothing going on, no thoughts, no nothing, and it felt so freaking good. I was like free. I never felt better in my entire life. It felt really good. And coming back here, you come back here on Earth, you might not be satisfied with your body. You might not be satisfied with the way you look, the way you sound. You might not be satisfied with your surroundings or people around you or anything. And you always will have that constant trigger. So if you learn what triggers you, just keep a journal. Keep a journal of things that trigger you and things that untrigger you, things that key you in and key you out. Just, okay, this is all the stuff that will make me feel bad, and this is all the stuff that will actually make me feel good. Try to be aware of that. Learn how to untrigger yourself, how to stay away from all the bad stuff, and how to get a better life, get like clearer mind, no bad thoughts, less triggers. You know, we have all these brain chemicals, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, like all this stuff is pretty important. Like dopamine, if you can trigger the good chemicals, it's all good. But if you look at something negative and you trigger cortisol, and your body will start producing it, and you concentrate on it more, you're gonna be messed up. Imagine, like, you know, there's a thing, like, you're connected, like, you're probably at the hospital, and you're connected, and there's this thing dripping. And you think about something negative, you concentrate on it, and the thing is dripping. Okay, if you can stop thinking now, the thing will dissolve in 15 minutes, and you'll be free of that. You won't have that issue anymore. If you can stop thinking about it, you're gonna be good. If you have a present issue in your life right now, something bad happens, something triggered you, and you're unhappy, you're unsatisfied, it makes you feel bad, and you're just thinking about it like, I don't like that. You're concentrating too much on the negative. And the whole thing why I'm talking about negative and thoughts and quiet mind and stuff is because when people are triggered, when they're constantly in stressful situations, when they're nervous, when they're feeling bad, when their life is not going good, when you go to bed, you're gonna be so stuck in your case that when you get out of body, you will have nothing. You will have no memory, you will have no visuals, nothing. And you will think like, oh, I didn't sleep. I mean, like, I slept but I didn't dream, I had no memories, nothing, I just slept. Well, if you're stuck in your case, when you get out, you'll have nothing. No perceptions, no sounds, no nothing going on. If you can fix that, if you can have quiet mind for at least a minute, at least 30 seconds, that alone is enough for you to have wins. So if you can get out of body and just quiet your mind, no case, no thoughts, no nothing, just you and your consciousness and perceiving everything that's around you without any thoughts going on. You can perceive and admire things without having a thought. You can perceive things and feel happy without having no thoughts. And that's the trick. If you can go out of body and your case is not there, you win. because that's when you will be most aware, and that's when you will remember your experiences, and that's when you can take full control and do anything you like. Get all kinds of information, meet all kinds of beings, anything that you can imagine doing, you can do it there. So there's my video. I guess like a few more tips or things I can use for you. Try to work with your sleeping patterns. You can there are REM cycles and like specific cycles of how long your body sleeps, and when your body is asleep but your mind or your consciousness is more awake and aware. If you can get in those cycles and learn how to use those tricks and become like aware, you can tune in, and like from dreams you can shift into lucid dreams, and from there you can shift into OBEs and astral projection. Just go out and be free of all that, and it's pretty amazing. So hopefully you will get something out of this video, but like that's the whole point. Like 30 years of our life wasted sleeping, that's a lot. If you can make that time useful for anything you like, I mean, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Use it for whatever you want. Making money, being an entrepreneur, getting new skills, getting more knowledge, anything you like, meeting new people, and just like enjoying your life more. It's worth it. It's completely worth it. 30 years of wasting time, and 30 years of that same time to have more experience. It's totally worth it. So I would say look into that, see if you want to try it, see if you can use something to help yourself to get better. And of course I didn't give you all the details of things you can do or, you know, be better and like all this stuff, but a little tip, a little video. Hope it was useful. So thank you for watching, and probably you're noticing that I'm really practicing to be aware of myself and how I'm talking. I'm practicing those pauses in my stuff, so I'm getting better, slowly, hopefully. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.